Okay, what is going on? Virgo, it's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct once again. And Virgo, this is going to be your general reading for the beginning of January, and it's very late. The latest reading that I have done, you guys are last, so I definitely want to start off apologizing to Virgo because I've been having just a hectic, busy time right now. I've been kind of like traveling, so haven't had a real place to just stop and do a reading for Virgo. So sorry about that, Virgo, but this is going to be your reading. It's going to be from today, January the 10th to January 16th. We're going to do it for that range just because I'm so behind. So 10th to the 16th, and then I'm going to put you guys in the beginning when it comes down to the next mid-month readings that I'll be doing. So let's get into it, Virgo. This is going to be your present energy right here like we always do it. And then after that, we're going to get into your future energies over on this side, right? So starting off at the top of your reading, crowning your reading, we have the Three of Swords. And kind of what I was feeling with this energy was just the energy of you guys maybe just feeling some disappointment, feeling some hurt, some pain, a little bit, some betrayal. And that feeling could just be, you know, kind of lingering right now because of maybe your financial situation or how your finances are, because the Ten of Pentacles is what came out to clarify. So I'm thinking that any type of pain or heartache or you know, just that type of feeling where you're just not feeling so great when it comes down to your emotions or, you know, your heart space, could be due to maybe the way your financial situation is, or the way you view your finances, the way you want your finances to be a little bit better than they are right now. And you know, maybe you don't have everything that you want out of life when it comes down to your finances. So coming into the beginning of January, that could be like one of your main focuses, because it's the main area that maybe you want to fix right now and work on and just kind of like build to another level. Maybe in 2018, I know that in a lot of your previous readings, they were a lot about finances in your previous readings. So, and you just trying to get to a place where you could kind of like overcome some trials that were happening in your area of material wealth and finance. So at this moment in time, that's probably the main thing that's on your heart right now, that you're kind of like dealing with in your mind. You're like, how can I change my financial situation? How can I get to the Ten of Pentacles? You know? And that makes sense because it's right at the top of the new year. A lot of times when a new year comes by, we just want to do things totally different than we did them in the last year. Or we want to not have to run into some of the same situations that we overcame in the last year. So in 2019, you guys could just be moving forward, totally focused on getting your finances to a place of completion. You know, Ten of Pentacles represents a completion in finances. It represents to me that vision that you want for your life. It's kind of like if you would make a vision board, you know, and picture everything that you kind of want, that kind of gives you that stability that you want in life, brings you some happiness. You know, this is what the Ten of Pentacles represents. And this is kind of what could be causing you maybe some pain at the moment, because you don't have all those things in your life that you just want out of life when it comes down to material wealth. So you could just be feeling kind of bad about it, kind of hurt a little bit, you know, because a lot of times when we don't have the finances that we want out of life, it can feel painful. We can feel hurt, you know, kind of like, woe is me almost, or, you know, just like going through it. Like, and I know that feeling for sure. When your finances are not lined up, it kind of hurts, you know. So let's keep it moving. Right below that, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So that does mean that you're hard at work on your finances. Because I think what's happening is, when I'm looking at the rest of your cards, is like you're trying to make a transformation inside of your financial world, which is why you have this Knight of Wands here clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, because you're hard at work and focused on your finances, and you're doing it, you know, very passionately. So that means you're action oriented right now, because you kind of want to get out of that feeling of feeling like, you know, you're going through so much pain and stress and anxiety with your financial situation. So you kind of want to take all that energy and do something productive with it, instead of sitting there and just being hurt about it and feeling like everything is going wrong or everything is not as you wanted in your life financially. You're taking that energy and you're not just sitting there and thinking about it, or letting that energy have you stuck, you're getting into some action. And I like that because the Knight of Wands is like the action-oriented knight. One of the fastest moving knights that moves forward passionately with a strong will, and he's headed towards the building of your financial world. So you're definitely focused right now, and you're going to take some of that old energy that kind of had you stressed out a little bit and hurt about your finances and just put it into changing the way your financial world exists right now. So that's pretty good. Also, you have the Eight of Swords here. So at a certain time, you could have been, or still could be feeling maybe stuck in your head a little bit. And I think what's kind of getting you out of that is your action. Every time you take some actions towards your goals, it kind of gets you out of that feeling of being stuck in your head, or stuck in your thoughts. Because a lot of times when we're trying to accomplish a goal that kind of, let's say we're not getting accomplished as best as we want it right now, then you could be feeling, like, when is this ever going to end? How could I get out of this? Like, am I ever going to get out of this mess? I feel like I'm bound, I'm tied up. That's the feeling of the Eight of Swords. But it's always just in your mind when it's the Eight of Swords. So it's not anything that's realistically happening. Even if you do have some things that are happening within your material world that's not like you want it to be, it's nothing that's tying you up, that has you to where you can't move and you can't make actions. So I think during this time, you're getting out of your head a little bit, and you're starting to see, like, the more actions that I take, the more that I do in this, material world, and I move my body and I like just do things and work on things, then I get out of my head. And so a lot of you guys are going to be, tapping into that material world and kind of like doing action-oriented tasks instead of just thinking about things and thinking about what you want to do and envisioning it and thinking about what's wrong. That's kind of like where you probably were, or what you're kind of like moving out of right now. Instead of being stuck there, you're going to start using your actions to get out of it. Because when you are doing things, it's kind of like you don't have the time to sit there and get stuck in your mind. When you're doing things with your hands and actually using your mind to actually get something done, you don't have time for your mind to just have you stuck inside of it. And it's kind of like that saying of, idle mind is the devil's workshop. So you're seeing that the more that you do, the more you get action oriented, the more you take action, the more you move forward and handle everything that you need to be handled, then you don't get stuck in your mind. You don't, feel like you're tied down and that you can't do anything and you're helpless. Because that's how this person is in the picture. But it's only in their mind. Like at any given time, they could take the blindfold off, get out of, those things that are wrapped around them and just kind of like walk out of there. But you can't do that if you're not taking action and kind of doing things to get out of your situation or get out of your head. So I like these cards because it's showing that you're getting outside of your head and not allowing your mind to kind of like lock you down. Clarifying this though, we have the the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles being right here could be showing that you kind of are feeling stuck when it comes down to a new beginning that maybe you're having inside of finances, or maybe you want, it's some type of, the page always represents like a new beginning in your financial situation. So maybe you're looking forward to some new offers to come in, and you're kind of, it could at times have you feeling like you're stuck because you don't know if they're going to go through or not, or maybe you're just having a total new beginning in your financial world, and you could be kind of worried about it a little bit. But I don't think it's too much to kind of like worry that much about, because you're moving and making things happen passionately, like that Knight of Wands. So you're not going to be in this stuck energy, for too long, even if it comes maybe for, a couple of days or, some minutes or hours out of a day. You see that the way you combat it is with your actions. Right below that, we have the Knight of Wands again. So see, you got the Knight of Wands 2 times, which means you are taking action. You're doing what needs to be done. You're moving forward to your goals. You're getting out of that place of kind of being stuck in your head and thinking nothing will go right, everything will go wrong. you're combating all those different thoughts with your actions, you moving, you getting things done, you're not being stuck. And so that's what's taking you out of the Five of Pentacles energy too, because the Five of Pentacles is that left out in the cold energy, where you feel like, you're kind of just left out in the cold, you're in the dark, nobody is helping you, you can't be helped, everything is going downhill, nothing is coming together for you. It's kind of like that energy where you feel like your whole life is just kind of like broken. But if you could see this Knight of Wands, he's moving away from that energy. So you're moving away from feeling like kind of helpless and out in the cold and nothing is going right, and that down, depressed feeling. You're moving away from that into a passionate, willful feeling where you kind of just want to get some things done. You want to come out of that being stuck energy and move forward quickly into accomplishing your goals, getting what you need to be done, and just keeping things moving. Because you see, the more you do things, the more you actually take action, then you start to see your momentum happening. And I think at this time, Virgo, you kind of want to keep that momentum going, because you're seeing that in this energy, you can attract what you want. You can attract those goals, those achievements, that material wealth that you envision for yourself with that Ten of Pentacles. You see, as long as you're taking action towards it, you come closer and closer to it every day, and you rather be doing that than to just get stuck just thinking about what you don't have and what you want and, things like that. So I kind of love that, Virgo, that you're moving. Also, you have the Six of Swords, which represents you moving away from that energy that I was just talking about. That turbulent energy, the energy of you just being stuck inside of your mind, you having some internal conflict, because you got the Five of Wands here representing conflict. You just moving away from conflict, so this could be internal conflict or external conflict, where you just feel like everything is at conflict with you. The whole world is against you, or you're against yourself, and plus the whole world is against you. And this represents that internal fight that you could have been having in the past with yourself, just doing something, not doing something, taking action, not doing action, just that back and forth type thing. Or this could have represented you moving away from just some petty arguments with other people, moving away from just dealing with people who are kind of like in conflict with you, kind of like at your throat a little bit, trying to keep you or hold you down. You're moving away from a whole situation that's kind of like that a little bit, and moving on to some calmer waters, some more peaceful, serene waters, and you still, the Six of Swords represents you still having the memories of the past, maybe a little bit of baggage, a little bit from the things that has happened, kind of back in those turbulent waters, because the swords are still in the boat, but you're still moving. When you start moving and you keep moving, especially if you're moving forward like this Knight of Wands, fiery, passionately, then those swords, they just keep falling off, and after a while, it's just going to be you in the boat just moving forward quickly to your destination, and you won't have any of those kind of like pains or memories, unpleasant memories from the past, right? So I like that you got the Knight of Wands twice here, Virgo, because that means that you are moving quickly towards what you're trying to build. And I think you're trying to build your material wealth, your financial, stability. You want that to be where, you feel comfortable. And so you're moving forward. You're not getting stuck anymore in your mind or getting stuck in those thoughts that keep you from being active. You're seeing that the only way to combat that mind, or when your mind tries to fight against you and sabotage yourself, is to just keep moving and keep doing action-oriented steps, stay in that task. So I like that whole feeling. Right after that, though, Virgo, we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups could be representing you just kind of like celebrating your life a little bit, celebrating where you're at. With us coming into the new year, you guys could have just been celebrating that you made it through 2018 and into a new year, and you have some new things planned that you want to do in 2019, you want to get accomplished. And you could just be like internally celebrating the fact that, you're going to be moving into a better space this year. And for a lot of you guys, since the Nine of Pentacles is here, it's going to be you moving into a place of independence, because the Nine of Pentacles represents that independent person, you know, like the single person that's kind of like independent on their own, but they handle all their business. They're sowing into their own life. They're growing, you know, their own stability, and they live abundantly because of that, because they put all the focus into themselves. They start investing in themselves, and then they reap their own harvest. So I believe that's where you guys are heading in 2019. This is your futuristic column anyway, Virgo. So I believe you're celebrating the fact that you can kind of like see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see your independence is coming in. You know, it's on the way. You're going to work hard to get that independence, that financial stability, that financial independence. You know, you're working hard to kind of bring that into your life. And so you could just be celebrating that fact that's happening in your life, and you see it coming, you know, which is great, you know, because I think this is a year that a lot of us are going to start finding our independence, you know, no matter what zodiac sign you are. But financial freedom and financial independence is starting to become a very important factor to all of us in the world today, with us seeing the instability of all these structures that have been around for years, you know, the government, jobs, just major corporations falling down or falling out. We're starting to see and look at our independence as something more valuable moving forward in the future. You know, with the internet being here, it's a lot of new opportunities to become independent also. And I think you guys are kind of like looking at that, like, how can I get financially independent? Not depending on anybody but my own resources and my talents and my skills. And I like that, Virgo. Moving forward, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So coming your way, you could have a new beginning that's coming in from the universe, you know, when it comes down to your finances. This could represent just a brand new start in your financial world, a brand new job offer or career or, you know, path that you want to take to get you some finances going. And it's coming in from the universe. It's kind of like, you know, a karmic cycle coming in when it comes down to your finances. And that's what we were talking about in some of your old readings too, Virgo. So I think that's definitely happening. Right after that, clarifying that, we have the Page of Cups. So this new start that's coming in financially could have to do with your emotional world too. You know, so it could be bringing in some emotional fulfillment, you know, or it could be a new, for some of you guys, an emotional offer that's coming in that's going to usher in a new beginning in your finances. So either way, it can go vice versa. You know, you could have a new beginning in your finances that will lead you to an emotional offer from somebody, maybe a water sign, you know, or a water sign could be coming your way offering you something that's going to lead you to a better financial life. So this is coming up this year for you guys, Virgo. Somebody wants to come in and offer you something emotionally. And maybe that's going to be happening because you're starting to tap into your independence, your financial independence, and just independence as a person, you know. And usually this Nine of Pentacles card is the attractive card. It's like the bachelor or bachelorette card. And this is when you get to this type of energy right here, this is when suitors start to come in and just offer you things because they see that you have a certain level of stability, a certain level of independence, you know, and that makes you very attractive. So that's what could be attracting in someone coming in maybe mid-January or towards the end of January, beginning of February, and kind of making an offer towards you, you know, because you'll be having a new beginning in your financial life, and then maybe at the same time somebody coming in and offering an emotional start, you know, a new beginning inside of some type of relationship. So it all depends. Right? Under that, we had the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is what we had back over here too. And like I was saying, this is representing this new financial start that you kind of have your eyes set on. You know, with this one, this could be representing, like I said, a job that's coming in, or a career, some type of job offer that could be coming in. For some of you guys, it could be a earth sign that could be coming in, making an offer to you too. But with this card, I kind of feel like it's just you having your eyes set on what you want to do with your finances and where you want to go. Now, because it is general, it could be an earth sign coming in making an offer to you, but it is being clarified by the Tower card. So the Tower could be representing, kind of falling away, a rude awakening, a sudden shakeup that comes in. And maybe that is because, you're having this new financial start, and it could kind of like shake up your world a little bit. Because this Knight of Pentacles, to me, is representing just where you have your eyes set on for the future with your finances, and you being totally focused on it because you had so many focus and action-oriented cards in your regular spread. And that could be causing, a kind of shakeup of sorts that could be happening internally with you, or in your external world. Some things could just be falling apart that weren't built on a stable foundation. And so this new start that you're going to have financially could cause a certain shakeup in your world. Probably because you haven't been having that, like I said, before you were dealing with this heartbreak energy that was surrounding your financial status and material wealth. So having a new beginning in that area of your life could cause you to kind of like have a certain kind of shakeup. And that shakeup could be you just kind of moving away from where you were mentally because you didn't have that financial start. This is where you were, the Eight of Swords, you were kind of like stuck in your mind, thinking about it, mulling over it, ruminating about some things and kind of stressed out a little bit. So that could all be falling away when you get this new beginning that comes in. And I think it's coming very soon for you guys. Then after that, we have the Four of Wands, which could be representing like some type of milestone or achievement that you could be coming into very soon, maybe the end of January. And it could just be a personal milestone for you. The Four of Wands represents just that kind of like celebration of you achieving something. And this could have just been like a personal goal that you had for yourself. For some of you guys, it could be you maybe graduating, or you maybe getting married or getting proposed to, or maybe you finishing up something that was very hard to do, and you just kind of want to celebrate it. I think for a lot of you guys, it could just be you get into a place financially that maybe you haven't been for a while, because finances has been the topic for Virgos lately, and for a lot of signs, to be honest. So maybe you could be reaching a milestone that you have been dreaming about for a while. You've been working hard to get to it coming up here in the future. And once you get it, you just kind of feel like, wow, it's kind of a load off. You just want to celebrate a little bit. And then it's backed up with that Sun card. So yeah, that load off is going to be happening once this achievement is made in your financial world. And you're going to feel those good vibes coming in behind you to back you up, to give you that light, carefree energy. You could already be feeling that right now, which is why you're going to start attracting some better financial situations. And so that Sun card is just kind of like wrapping up this future energy that's going to be coming your way. And it's a very positive energy, especially after you having this small Tower moment, like maybe this shakeup where all the old stuff is falling away, and you're breaking out of that old mode of thinking and kind of handling yourself when it comes down to your finances. Then after that, the sun is shining on you. Like, it's kind of like you make that achievement, you break away from that old life that you've been in with your finances, and you start to begin a new journey. And the universe is kind of like backing you up with that. So I'm loving all these energies for you, Virgo. Great reading, great energies is what I'm feeling. Like, I like to see people having this Eight of Pentacles card, this Knight card. It's kind of like you have that serious face on right now. Like, you're going to get things done by all means. So congrats with that, Virgo. Congrats on your new financial start. Also, once again, sorry about the late reading, just getting this out to you guys, but I promise you guys will be in the beginning for the mid-month readings, right? And then we'll keep it moving from there. Like I always say, if you like the reading, you could like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things that let me know that you're kind of watching the channel. And if you want to get a more direct reading with me, you can check my email out, and we can set up a personal reading for you. Until next time, Virgo, it's Chris Anthony signing off.